Hi, Tom here. Welcome to today's video. This week feels different. Not in a theatrical way. Not in an immediate way. But in a way that feels steady. Like things that were confusing are starting to make sense again. Virgo, this is the beginning of that shift. Over the past few cycles, you may have felt like life was harder than it needed to be. Too many responsibilities, too many things to fix, too many situations that didn't feel organized. You may have felt like you were doing everything right, but nothing was lining up. That phase is ending. This week, things start falling into place. From a Vedic perspective, this is alignment through order energy. When Virgo goes through pressure, life is usually reorganizing something behind the scenes. Your routine changes. Your priorities change. Your direction changes. And once that internal adjustment happens, your external world starts to move. And that's where you are now. You may notice small improvements first. Something getting easier. Something finally working. Something that felt stuck starts to move. Not huge changes yet, but enough to feel the energy shifted. Virgo always feels the shift when life starts making sense again. And that's what this week brings. Virgo, your strength has always been precision. You see what needs to be fixed. You see what needs to change. You see what doesn't work. But sometimes that makes life feel heavy. Because you notice every problem. This cycle was about teaching you to let things reset. And now, the reset is finishing. There may be a moment this week where you realize something isn't as difficult as it was before. A situation that used to stress you feels manageable. A problem that felt complicated becomes simple. A decision that felt unclear becomes obvious. That's the shift. When Virgo feels clarity, life starts moving again. So, here's the deeper truth for this week. The change started when you made a decision quite recently. Maybe you stopped trying to control everything. Or maybe you changed your routine. Maybe you let go of something that wasn't quite working. Even if it felt small at the time, that moment adjusted your path. And now life is reorganizing around it. You may also notice your motivation coming back. Feeling more focused. Feeling more productive. Feeling like you know what to do again. That's a powerful sign. Virgo moves best when mind, routine, and direction all match. and now they're starting to match again. There may be opportunities appearing this week connected to work, health, or daily life. Something that improves your situation. Something that makes things easier. Something that helps you build stability again. Pay attention to what feels like progress. That's where the new cycle begins. But here's the key for this week. Don't go back to overthinking now that things are opening. Virgo energy grows when you trust the progress. You don't need to fix everything at once. Just keep moving forward one step at a time. Let the shift build naturally. Because what's really happening is this. You went through the pressure. You made the adjustment. You changed your approach. And now, life starts lining up again. Now, let's talk alignment. One intentional practice for you this week. Clean up one small area of your life. Your space, your schedule, your routine. That simple action tells life you're ready for order again. And momentum will follow. Virgo. This week isn't about struggle. It's about alignment. Things made sense again. Things start working again. Things start moving again. And that means one thing. The shift has begun. Stay steady, my friend. Your next cycle is building. Before you go, there's something important you should know. These horoscopes are based on Vedic astrology, also known as sidereal astrology. That means we're using the actual positions of the stars in the sky, not the tropical system used in most Western astrology. Because of that, your sun signs here may be different than what you're used to. And that's okay. In Vedic astrology, we don't start with the sun sign. We start with the moon sign, because the moon represents your mind, emotions, and how life is experienced day to day. First, always watch this for your Vedic moon sign. That's where this horoscope will feel the most accurate and personal. Next, I recommend watching for your rising sign, also called your ascendant or lagna. Your rising sign shows how these energies show up in your physical life, your body, your environment, and the situations unfolding around you. Then, you can also watch for your sun sign, which adds insight into your identity, confidence, and sense of purpose during this time. And if love, relationships, creativity, or money are major themes for you right now, I also recommend checking your Venus sign, called Shukra in Vedic astrology, for an extra layer of clarity. For weeks where things feel intense, faded, or life-shifting, it can also be helpful to look at your lunar nodes, Rahu and Ketu. These show where growth is pulling you forward, and where old patterns are asking to be released. To find your correct placements, make sure you're using a Vedic or sidereal natal chart, not a tropical one. Once you know your moon, rising, sun, and Venus signs, and optionally Rahu and Ketu, you'll get a much deeper and more complete understanding of what's unfolding. If this message resonated with you, please like the video. It truly helps support this channel and allows these messages to reach the people who actually need them. And if you're enjoying these weekly Vedic horoscopes, consider subscribing so you don't miss future messages for your signs. You are not one sign. You are a system of energies learning how to work together. Take care and be calm.